Hello everyone, this is the story of Geneva's.Je. Tourists come every year from all over the world to admire the Je, one of the most famous landmarks of this international city. But the Je wasn't always a tourist attraction. This is the story of how Geneva's unique fountain came to be and how it acquired the iconic status it enjoys today. The world-famous Je dates back to the 19th century. Its white plume rises 140 meters into the air from a stone jetty on the lakeside at Vive that is about 50 meters higher than the Statue of Liberty. Turned on each morning by caretakers whose job it is to keep the fountain working, the Je is one of the city's most famous landmarks and is considered to symbolize the city's ambition and vitality, a mark of its international status. Where did the idea come from to build a fountain in the harbor? The first Je actually came about because of technical issues. It's a bit of a fluke that there is a water jet in Geneva, jokes Hervé Guénant, a member of the environmental department at Services Industriels de Genève, which operates the attraction. Did you know that the Je was created for technical reasons? It was 1886 and the city was in full boom. From only 64,000 inhabitants in 1850, the city's population had grown to 100,000 in 1890. Geneva needed energy to power the machines that were driving its industry and trades, so it built a hydraulic plant at Le Coulouvreniere. This power distribution network exploited the Rhone's current. A hydraulic pump used water to power the machinery, particularly in watchmaking workshops. The problem was that at night, when the craftsmen stopped work, excess pressure buildup in the system meant the Coulouvreniere engineers had to hurry to stop the pumps one by one. A safety valve was then added to control the pressure, and this spouted the famous jet of water into the sky. This emblem of the city was thus born of a technical problem. At the time, the jet was just 30 meters high and only erupted in the evening at one side of the plant. In 1891, the Je moves to the quayside. An innovation in engineering meant it was no longer necessary to release this jet of water to avoid the buildup of pressure. By this time, however, passers-by had grown so fond of its sporadic eruptions that the city of Geneva decided to make the jet a tourist attraction. A second Je was built in a more visible spot on the jetty at Vives, where it is still located today. Inaugurated in 1891 for the Federal Gymnastic Festival with a height of 90 meters, this jet was even bigger than its predecessor. It was lit up for the first time to celebrate the 600th anniversary of the Swiss Confederation. Initially, the jet was only in operation on Sundays and public holidays and drew water from the drinking water system. It proved to be so popular that from 1906 it was turned on from time to time on weekdays. This installation gained a new feature. Its unique shape, the fountain's initial array of 5 jets, was later replaced by a single vertical one. The jet and its system were again modified in 1951. Gone were the days when drinking water was propelled into the air. This version filtered the lake water before expelling it high over the jetty. With its modernized mechanism, the watery plume now achieves a height of 140 meters. Its own new partially submerged pumping station is powerful enough to propel 1 cubic meter of water into the air every 2 seconds. 500 liters of water per second is expelled at a speed of 200 km per hour. The two pumps named Jura and Salive by Swiss manufacturer Sulzer spout 7 tons of water. Another of the Jadu secures its nozzle, which allows the water to be projected at a diameter of 16 cm at the base, filled with millions of tiny air bubbles. It is this vaporization which makes the Jadu white. The same pumps have been doing their job ever since. However, the fountain has undergone some additional innovations in its time. It has been equipped with a LED projector box which make it possible to light up at the fountain in the colors of a national flag for special events. A removable walkway was also been added to allow people with disabilities to access the pier so they can take part in group guided tours of the pump room organized by SIG. The Jadu isn't automatic. Every morning, a caretaker presses a button to turn it on. With a hand on the controls and an eye on the weather, the caretaker supervises the attraction until it is turned off again at night. The caretakers are retired SIG staff who volunteer and are paid to keep it running. They are ready to shut down the system in 2 situations. If the wind picks up, the jet is turned off as soon as the first drops splash onto the boats or the quayside. When the temperature drops to freezing point, the jet is stopped to prevent its water droplets from covering the walkways in a slippery sheet of ice. World famous, although its height record was broken many years ago, Geneva's Jadu still has a huge amount of international prestige. Sometimes city authorities ask to visit our facilities and see the pumping station because our water jet is famous around the world, explains Hervé Junand. We make no secret of its engineering and we gladly share our experiences with others. That is what happened when Jules took an interest in the Jadu ahead of the inauguration of its water jet in 2002 in the FIFA World Cup in South Korea. At 202 meters high, this jet is among the highest in the world, alongside those of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia and Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. This is all about the Geneva's most prominent landmark. This tremendous fountain is located in Lake Geneva in the city's downtown area. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of the video.